Hi. Yeah, it's Victory Learning here. So today I'll be walking us through an automation I recently built using Make.com for a digital marketing agency who's into lead generation, Google Ads, and all of those stuff. So before this client was having a serious challenge of when clients or leads fill their form on their website, they have to manually copy these leads to their Notion database and enter all of these things manually, determining the client is a VIP client or a low client or a medium client. And if it's a VIP client, they notify their team member on Slack, and a team member on Slack notify go ahead to follow up with this client. But all of these things, I raise all of these things by streamlining these processes on using make.com and also using Google Forms and Google Sheets and also their Notion. So what I built for them was that whenever I embedded a Google form on their website, whenever a form is filled in their website, it automatically populates in Google Sheets, and when it populates on Google Sheets, it populates in their Notion database, and the tags automatically assigned based on the money, the amount of money the client is willing to spend. That automatically is a conditional logic to determine if the client is a VIP client, that's a high budget client, or a low budget client, or a medium budget client. And if this client is a high budget client, it just automatically populates in their Notion and automatically goes to their Slack, their premium channel in Slack. And I also did an automation for it to populate there, and also a team member in the premium channel will automatically follow up with this lead. However, it's not a premium client or stuff like that. It stays in Airtable, and the admins then Airtable follow up. So I also created an extra custom tag to differentiate this client. So this is what I built. So let's use my home screen now. Let's start. So now this is my make.com. I'll just walk us through I'll walk us through the scenarios as the automation I built. So this is it. This is Google Sheets. Like I said, Google Form will automatically stored in Google Sheet, and it's Google Sheet that's a trigger here. So I use a router. So this is a form response and all of those stuff. So a router for Notion, like I said, 500 and above is high budget clients, and a Slack message, 200. Yeah. Okay, this is it. I mapped everything out. So this is the Slack. This is the message you will receive on Slack. Everything is carefully mapped out. All these things are entered manually. So yeah. Saying, like I said, if it's for low budget and medium budget, there's no Slack notification, no Slack message rather. So this is just a skeletal way of the workflow. Now let's go to the Google form that is embedded on their website. So this is the responses so far for my test run. All of these data are mock data. They are mock data, like I would always say. So this is their Google Sheet. This is their Google Sheet and stuff like that. Okay, this is their lead. This is their Notion. This is the Notion. So this is the Slack channel where those VIP clients goes to. Now let's test these automations. So now let me fill this one out. Okay, so portfolio test, that's the name. Yes. Test@gmail.com. Okay, so I'll just be fast with this. Okay, so let's just choose social media marketing. Okay, now let's do the VIP so we can see. Instagram. Okay, so let's submit these forms. Now let's go to, because if we say we should wait, we have to wait for it for 15 minutes. So let me just run once, so we'll just see that this thing is working perfectly well. So yeah, it has gone. You can see one just went. Now let's see it's the lead submission. You can see portfolio says it automatically populated in the lead, and you see a custom category was given high, and you can see status automatically updates to new leads. Now let's see if it's here. You can see populated in Google Sheets. If it didn't, okay. Now this is it in Slack. If it did not populate in Google Sheets, it won't populate in, because the trigger is Google Sheets, then Google Sheets to Notion. Sorry, Google Sheet, then there's a router filter for Notion before Slack. Slack is the last. If it didn't populate in Google Sheet, it won't populate in any other places. So that's it. Let's go back to the home page. And that's all for this automation. So now my client is happy, not going to be manually jogging tasks anymore. And also, here they would not have to manually copy and paste all of these things and do follow up. So this is it.